All right, welcome to our second concept of subtracting integers with number lines. So we just did it with tiles. We're still going to use those two colors. So if you have two colors, even if they're not red and yellow, I know you can see red and yellow here, but your paper I know is gray. Whatever colors you have, red and yellow is preferable. Okay, remember positive, we use that yellow. So positive directions are to the right and up. Okay. Our negative directions are to the left and down. But a subtraction, what subtraction means, subtract means to take away. Which actually means to do the opposite of adding. Okay? So when I do this first problem, I have 6 minus 3, so I'm going to label. And I know in my brain that 6 minus 3 is 3, so I just can start at 6 over here. 6, 5, I'm using a different color. 4, I want negatives here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Okay, so I would start at 6. That's my starting point. So I'm going to use that green. Now I'm taking away 3. So even though it's a positive, this minus 3 turns into going to the negative direction because I'm taking it away. So I'm going back 1, 2, 3. So you could think of it as you earned 6 points on a test, and then Mrs. Morel took away 3 points. You would be left over with 3 as your answer. Okay, 2 minus 9. So when we label this, we're going to start with 2 over on the right side here. So 3, 1, 0, 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. So I'm going to start at 2. And now I'm taking away 9. So because I'm taking away a negative or a positive amount, it actually goes to the negative. Because it's actually a negative 9. So we're going left 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I end up at negative 7. Okay, so when I subtract, that means to take away. So to take away positives would mean I'm going negative. Because if I take away points, really I'm subtracting points. I'm going negative. Okay. Even when I start negative 5, if I subtract a positive amount, I'm still going more negative. So I'm still going to put negative 6. Nope, not negative 6. That won't work. Negative 4. Then negative 5. And we count down. So negative 6, negative 7. To us, sometimes this means that we're counting up, but really we're counting further away from 0. Okay, that's negative 10 there. I'm getting a little off my numbers here. Negative 11, negative 12, negative 13, negative 14. Okay, we're really counting away from 0, so we're counting down. My starting point is at negative 5, so I'm going to make a point at negative 5. And I'm taking away 3. So when I take away a positive 3, since that was a positive and I'm taking it away, I'm actually going to go to the left. I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3. And my answer would be negative 8. So I need to go further away from positives. When I take away a positive, that means go further away from the positives. Okay, what about this next one when I have taking away negatives? That's kind of confusing. So let's put negative 2 in the middle, because I'm not sure which way we're going to move. So this would be negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. This way would be negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, and negative 7. Okay, so I'm going to start at negative 2. Now I need to take away negatives. So if I'm going to take away negatives, sorry, I can't get the right color here. There we go. I'm going to take away negatives. That means I can't put more negatives on. This is the negative direction. And I need to take them away. So I'm actually going to go in the positive direction. So this way I'm getting rid of a negative. I'm left at negative 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So my answer would be 2. When I take away negatives, I'm actually going in the positive direction. All right, 3 more examples. So I have 8 minus negative 5. So I'm going to start at 8. And we kind of have to decide which way we're going to go. So if I'm subtracting a negative 5, I need to take away negatives. So the opposite of negatives, to take them away, would actually be positives. And on a vertical line, positives means up. So we're going to be jumping up, which means when we label this, 8 needs to go somewhere near the bottom. So I'm going to put 8. So this would be 7. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm going to start at 8. I'm taking away negative 5, so I don't want to put negatives in. If I'm adding in negatives, I would be getting lower, because a positive plus a negative, I would subtract. I would get lower. But I'm taking away the negatives. So if I take away negatives, I'm going away from the negatives. So I'm going to go towards the positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I end up at 13. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to try and figure this out before I put my numbers on. So I have a minus 6. So with a minus 6, I'm taking away positives. So I need to go not towards the positives, because if I go towards the positive 6, if I go up 6, that's adding it on. I'm taking it away, so I need to go down 6. So when I label, I'm going to start by putting negative 4 near the top here. So put negative 4 here, negative 3. Then when I count down, I'm really getting higher numbers. But technically, I'm getting further away from 0, so these numbers are smaller. They're less than the numbers before them. 10, negative 11, negative 12, negative 13. Okay, my starting point is at negative 4. And again, I'm going away from the positives. I'm going 6 away from the positives. Positives would be going up. I'm going 6 away from the positives, so I need to go 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I end up at negative 10. Okay, last one. I'm subtracting negatives here. So when I subtract negatives, that means I have to take away negatives. I need to go in the opposite direction of the negatives. So that means I'm actually going to go towards the positives. So since I'm going to be moving up, I want this negative 7, my starting point, to be near the bottom. So this will be negative 8, and then I count up towards 0. So negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. My starting point is negative 7, so I'm going to put my point at negative 7. I always like to start green because green means go. I don't know. I'm going to be taking away 2 negatives. So I'm going to actually be getting towards the positive 2. 1, 2. So I end up at negative 5. Okay, on concepts, if you didn't realize this, there are no summaries because it's just the idea of how we're doing things. It's getting the idea of it before we actually do it on our notes. And that is it.